Hi everyone, I'm Sabre, and this is going to be the first of a few videos where I just go over sets of people playing either as Ivysaur or against Ivysaur. And I'm going to be starting off with Jagz versus Cala at Profile Pictures 4. It's a Marth Ivy set. The two met up in winners finals of a Florida Monthly, and Jagz asked me to go over it for him. So I'm just going to go over I'll do my best to pause and talk about specific moments that I think are important, general game plan things for both of them, and what either player can be improving on, since this is a matchup that I know fairly well. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the game starts. Okay, so immediately they get into super close quarters, which is actually not good for Marth in this matchup. Because Ivy has things like Nair and Jab and Dash Attack that come out pretty fast, whereas Marth generally wants to be more at kind of a mid-range. So you can see right here, we're going to watch it again. He clanks the fair, which is good, dashes out, clanks with the fair, dashes out of the way of Cala's fair, and then he shields, which is fine, but the whiff dare out of shield is what leads to him now being in this bad situation. So he needs to be careful with those dares out of shield because they're really punishable. He gets the juggle and is careful about not being in a disadvantaged state, and actually does something really good there. So I want to go back and watch how he deals with this Razor Leaf. Holds down, it takes one hit, and then it moves through him and he's able to dash again. He's not getting caught up in it, he's not getting caught in shield, he just takes one hit and it doesn't really impact his ability to play neutral, which is really good. Okay, so he plays smart, he gets a little bit too antsy there, going for the F smash instead of more aerials, but that's fine. Again, deals well with Razor Leaf, has advantage state. Yeah, the Cala breaks out of that. But in general, Jagz has stage control right now, which is really good. Okay, so that combo right there, all of that was not true at that percent, but to be fair, it's not super easy to get out of. So when Ivysaur up airs, that grab is never going to be true. If you buffer roll, she really can't do a whole lot unless she reads the roll. I guess the more specific direction of the roll even. After that down throw fair, you want to DI down and away. He held in, which is why he gets up aired. Yeah, the first side B small was good. The second one, not so much. Cala called him out for the down tilt, and that confirms up air. So that happens. That's fine. I like the fair out. Most of that was pretty true from Cala up until that point, or at least difficult to escape. Yeah. Jagz generally has pretty good punishes on Ivy, so hopefully we'll be seeing that in this set. Okay, so we're going to go back. I want to talk about jab and neutral for a second with Ivy. Ivy's jab works a lot like Peach's jab does if you've watched Armada use it in Melee, which is it's a pretty fast move to kind of just stuff people in neutral if they're using a more committal option because it's pretty fast. Jab 1 is frame 2, which is pretty good. But Ivy's jab does not confirm into jab 2. If you crouch cancel, you're able to shield after the first one. Marth's grab is super good. You might even be able to crouch cancel grab it, but either way, if you crouch cancel shield, you won't be getting knocked away by the second one, and then you can punish. So just something to keep an eye on. It happens quite a few times in this set. Yeah, I really like the tech chase down tilt there from Cala. That was sick. He gets the nair, which is just damage. You're not really going to get anything off of that. Good recovery there from Jagz. You should be able to get out of down throw beam there with TI down and away, but regardless, so Cala takes that stock. Definitely worth using beam for. When you do that nair there, so the important thing to know from watching Cala is that he'll almost always, you'll see it through this set, and it's happened already over the first 2.5 stocks, is that he really likes continuing his combos as long as he can before he goes for the finisher. He doesn't like to play the Sheik game where you never know quite when he's going to end it. So in that situation where he gets to the nair to back air, if Jagz wants to DI down, basically out and away, or out and down, he'll get out of that without getting buried. Didn't really affect him there, but just something to keep an eye on. Yeah, you should grab that up air. I don't know if that was supposed to be a pivot or not, but either way, he gets the up tilt and closes out the stock. So right now, Cala was doing a super good job of stage control until he jumped with that razor leaf. So if we go back and watch that again, that's a habit that a lot of IVs have, where they'll panic and throw a razor leaf way too close. So at this range that you're about to see, there is no point in throwing a razor leaf there. It's super punishable. Even if he did the full fade back, which he didn't, he still would have been able to get punished. And so Jagz just doesn't even get hit by it, rolled behind, grabbed him for it. Good DI down and away there on the down throw. And then, yeah, good job buffering shield to avoid getting up tilted. Even at 70, I think you can only really get dash attack against Marth. I really like that. Cal did a really good job there. He really likes knowing that was sick. I'll get to that in a second. But Cal really likes figuring out when he can down tilt people off stage because they're not going to be DIing properly, and then he brings them back on stage for the up air. That F smash I just want to talk about for a second because he was sick. Charged the F smash on Jagz' shield because if Jagz wasn't shielding, he was going to get hit by it. Because he shields, Cala gets pushed off the platform and doesn't get punished, which is really smart. So good job to him for that. Right now, Jagz has stage control, which is really good. I like that. He called out the dare. Yeah, it gives you neutral. You can, just for anyone watching and who needs to know how to get out of this, you can hold down and tech when you get mediated into the stage like that, but it's still, I mean, it's obviously a good option and a pretty solid kill confirm with Ivy, so that'll take out the stock. Yeah, Cala lives that with actually pretty good DI. Yeah, Cala, just so you know, you might know this already, but you're able to SDI the nair so that doesn't work as an edge guard. If you SDI up, you'll off the first hit, then the second hit won't kill you. So just something to keep in mind, but doesn't really stop you from getting back. In this case, oh, never mind, you literally just did it. So for anyone watching, this is what you do when they try to nair you. So Jagz, you don't want to do that for obvious reasons. You tend to get down air once they land and then tip her up air a fair bit. We've talked about that a few times on Discord. You can also go for bear and bury them off stage, or if you get the reverse hit of bear because they faded in, then you can get grab or something like that. You have options, but nair is kind of a lazy way out, so just something to keep in mind and work on so you don't drop potentially easy edge guards like that. Yeah, he waited there a little bit too long. Cala called him out for it, but he gets the up tilt there, which is good. So for both of Jagz' stocks have come from him calling out Cala falling with that tipper up tilt. So proving to be a super... Yeah, that was... I actually want to walk through that whole combo because that was another example of Cala going for basically the combo extension at every possible opportunity and Jagz holding in for him. So Jagz gets dash attack, holds in, sour spot up air, holds in. Fair holds in, which is what lets him get that down air. The one saving grace is that he was still holding in when he gets down aired, which does let Cala tech chase, which may have been the intention, because a lot of IVs will do that intentionally because it gets them healing and lets them potentially continue the combo. But had he been holding out, you get meteored off stage and there's the potential to die if you don't meteor cancel. So he took a lot of damage for that he didn't necessarily need to take, but he did avoid getting dared off stage, which is something. Cala doesn't get the tech chase. Then we get F throw, F smash. Good ledge refresh there. We get the dare grab, but he's too slow on the forward smash. That was interesting. Jagz just didn't react properly there. You don't have to get up smash at that percent, pretty sure. You can just hold, you can buffer shield or buffer roll and get out of it. But nonetheless. Yeah, that was not going to work at 110, but doesn't really matter. He gets the up air down smash again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so game one goes pretty solidly to Cala. A couple of the things to keep in mind just so far is that like I've been talking about the combo DI, Cala in general has been going for combo extensions as much as he can. He's been looking to get damage. He's not necessarily looking to get gimps or early kills. So Jagz wants to be doing a little bit more survival DI, and he also needs to be closing out stocks a little bit better. Both times it took a tipper up tilt that called out Cala over 150%, which is not ideal for Marth in this matchup. So just a couple things to keep in mind. Also, and this may have been due to stage choice as well, where Battlefield tends to centralize around one person having stage control in this matchup, but it was really Cala who had stage control, and it felt like Jagz was pushing in from the corner. He wasn't really making good use of the platforms in the same way that Cala was, because Ivy's actually pretty good at controlling space from platforms and using them, thanks to the vertical range at which Fair can hit at different timings. You can cover above you, below you, in front of you, and Cala was making really good use of that Jagz was really struggling with. So he was not really able to dash dance and abuse how much lower Ivy is because he didn't have that stage control. So Cala, I think, does the typical two bans against Marth. Yeah, Wireland, Green Hill, that's pretty standard. Jagz looking for probably a bit more room, maybe platforms playing less of an impact, goes to Smashville. Cala did something super smart there. He takes the down tilt because Jagz doesn't tipper it, and then just crouch cancel down tilts back, because when he gets a tipper down tilt, he gets a combo. So definitely a winning exchange for Cala, even though I don't think he got anything off of it in this situation. Yeah. Cala, you can shield grab that dare, pretty sure, but... Okay. I like that. Ooh, that was really nice. Jagz' combo game is definitely really good. Also, fantastic legend vulnerability. I want to go back and show you that again. So this is something a lot of IVs will do, and people are not great at avoiding projectiles while Ivy's recovering, because that's the main thing she has to get you off of ledge. And so Jagz managed to be invulnerable through the entire window through which the Ivy killer could have jumped back razor leafed, and was then also invulnerable when the seed bomb came through the ledge, which meant that Cala had no choice but to tether while he was on there and then go into the tether hop animation. So that was super good from Jagz. Okay, he got a little too complicated there. Could have just grabbed ledge, because Cala didn't look like Cala was going to had the aerial drift to make it on stage, so he was going to have to tether. And instead of trying to clip him, Jagz could have grabbed ledge, but either way, not a super faulty decision. Okay, that was a really interesting choice to jab on the platform. That right there is the one time when Cala will, and really every Ivy, so if you're struggling with your local Ivy, keep this in mind as well. They'll use that tipper up B because there is no true combo that you can get in that situation. So you have nothing to lose by doing it, which means that when you get tipper up aired, or not tipper, sweet spot up aired in that situation, the only thing that can happen to you is that you get upbeat if you hold in. If you hold up and out in that situation, there's nothing that they can really do to you other than attempt to cover you when you come back down. But if you hold in, you run the risk of getting upbeat like Jagz did there. So that is the situation which Cala chooses not to play it safe, because the risk reward is pretty high in that situation to do it. Either you get the tipper upbeat, or they've held up and out and now can't punish you while you're falling after the upbeat. So pretty safe decision making from him. Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. Okay. That was really not good from Cala, and then fantastic. He missed his double jump input to get the Ivy Sword Ken combo, fair double jump down air, and then covers Jagz up being with the stage spike there, which obviously Jagz could have teched, but realistically I don't think anyone would have seen that coming. So that was sick from Cala. Yeah, that was So that was really good from Cala, but also same situation I was talking about earlier where you can crouch cancel shield those jabs, and that would have avoided him getting sent off stage. And obviously off stage in this case meant death. Okay, I like this combo. I really like the fact that their Jagz didn't go for F-throw forward smash. He went for the dash attack so he can try and combo. Yeah, good fair out. I'm pretty sure that F tilt right there, which was really smart, yeah, that could have actually been an F tilt, in which case the idea was that it was something safe and does damage, because F tilt actually isn't super laggy on whiff, but my guess is that was intended to be a dash attack, because that's typically what people use to tech chase after dare, and that would have ended the game with beam. So I don't really know, but either way, takes the damage, still positional. Okay, and interesting shield pressure right there from Cala. That was really cool, seeing the jabs push him back and then recognizing that he needed to switch to down tilt, and then caught him with the razor leaf, snags ledge. It's kind of how it goes. Yeah, I don't think that the stage was the issue there. I think Jagz was working better in neutral, but was struggling a lot more. Definitely struggling in terms of converting on Ivy and not getting zero to death. So going into game 3, I think definitely the main things to pay attention to are his combo DI, and then whether he's going for combos or whether he's going for early kills against Ivy. Because when he's going for combos, I would actually rather see that than when he's going for F-throw, F-smash at 20 and Cala's DIing correctly every time, because he knows that that's what Jagz is doing. Okay, so that was some slick movement, and then this happens. That was all really smart from Cala. There were things Jagz could have done to avoid it, but he did a great job. Actually, I want to go back and show that again. He did a great job of mixing Jagz up in terms of where he needed to go. So obviously the dash attack, he DI'd out, which is good. He didn't get true comboed. And then the down tilt, there's no real great DI for down tilt. It's just, what do you think is going to happen next? But then the jabs, basically everything in there was a mix-up, which made it so that Jagz had no idea how he was supposed to DI, and then held out on the down smash, which is what Cala wanted, which is why he got edge guarded that far off stage at 50, is because Cala mixed him up super well. So that was great. Yeah, a little too early there. He needed to just grab a ledge instead of going for the dare, but I think he was hoping Cala was going to immediate reel in. That's twice the stock now that Cala, and it's happened quite a few times in the other games too. That's, like I was talking about, that's the only way that Jagz found his kills game 1, is Cala really likes up airing down to land in neutral. Typically Ivies prefer to do it when there's nobody near them because it helps them get down faster, but Cala aims it to hit him even though he's at too low percent for it to actually be safe. And so Jagz, you can super punish that. You can hold down, and you should be able to crouch cancel it at lower percents because he's hitting you with the meteor part, or it's really not safe on shield. So just so you know, watch out for that in the future. Yeah, I like the up air. Yeah. That was also really cool from Cala. If you go back, he uses the nair to push him off stage, and then immediately gets the jab out because jab is frame 2. So that was really smart. I like the air dodge there. Not great DI. Not sure what that bail was intended to be, if it was supposed to be reverse or not, but either way, it was really interesting. And then, yeah, catches him with the super weak fair, which leads to up air, and I think that was not survival DI that led him to die at 90. Yeah, he does it again there. Cala really likes doing this jab to push them backwards and then down tilting their shield, which I really like, because it forces them to really be good at shield angling and aware of how much shield they have left, or you get one of your strongest combo starters, if not your strongest combo starter. So he does the up air again in neutral, Down throw tipper, Jagz will take the stock. Yeah, Cala did same thing as first stock again right there, where he's at low percent and he's willing to tank the down tilt to get a tipper down tilt of his own, which is super smart because down tilt is, in addition to being a great combo starter, also probably one of Ivy's best kill confirms. Yeah, at that percent, unless you're holding and SDIing down to tech, you're gonna get popped up for the up tilt and then beam from there. So that was good from Cala. I really like the ledge dash up tilt there. That was a really good option. Yeah, okay. I like that. One of the things to keep in mind is that, and Jagz did a really good job of it there. I think that was the first time I've seen him do it this set. You have a lot of time to punish Ivy when she's in that tether hop animation. Like a lot of time, which means that you don't have to just ledge hop aerial, especially if you're a character like Marth, where you can't confirm anything really out of those aerials. You have time to do normal get up grab. You have time to do ledge dash into a smash attack if your character has a good ledge dash. You have time to do the things that you need to do to get the most optimal punish as long as you have a plan going into it. You can't do anything. You can't do Bowser standard get up forward smash, but you have a lot of options, and a lot of people will panic and just take something fast so that they get some damage. But especially against someone like Cala, who not once this set has faded off stage, he's always faded on stage and just taken whatever punish Jagz threw at him when he was forced into the tether hop. You have time to get on and make sure that you get that optimal punish. So good job to Jagz for taking his time in doing that. Yeah, so that time Cala did the up air, but he did it behind his shield, so Jagz needs to be ready for that as well. Should still be punishable, but you just need to be aware of it. Yeah, he did it there. The shielding, crouch cancel shield, the jabs. Actually, really good spacing on that down tilt from Cala. That was great. That might just have been Jagz hoping for a Hail Mary at this point. Okay, he closed out the stock. Yeah, I think at this point he's just looking for kind of a Hail Mary. Cala's taking his time, holding center stage. That could have been really bad, but good DI there from Cala. Okay, good recovery. Yeah, that was... I also really like that. There's no way you get that up air at that percent unless they're holding down. So he goes for the Seed Bomb, knowing that Seed Bomb does have pretty high base knockback and will tend to kill off the top. So good stuff to Cala. I would say the big takeaways for Jagz on this are work on neutral and controlling stage control a little bit better, being aware of what happens when you interact with Ivy at low percent, so you avoid things like getting tipper down tilted. Be aware of what you can do to deal with jab. You're also struggling a little bit with fair. Be more prepared to punish him up airing down at you, because you can definitely punish that. I know that Cala doesn't do like a lot of the fancy stuff you can do to make up air safe. The other main thing that I would say is every time you got a grab, you went for one of F throw or down throw and then at higher percent back throw, because you were looking for a true combo or a combo based on his DI. But against Ivy, who inevitably is not great at coming down, it's not a bad idea sometimes to build damage through juggling, to up throw and then take position and go from there. And so I would recommend working on that a little bit, just to at least have it in your arsenal, because you didn't do it at all, and it's definitely pretty strong against Ivy. Cala does like to burn his double jump a lot if he's above you. He does like to come down with that up air, as do a lot of Ivys, and you can really abuse that to build damage and increase your stage control if you're patient enough. So I know that you typically prefer to go for tipper, pivot tippers and things like that, but it is good to know, just be aware of when you want to go for juggles and things like that, and just have that available to you. The other thing, I think that was actually all of it. I guess the other thing is just combo DI. We've talked about it a little bit, but basically you just want DI and SDI down and away for pretty much everything except the situations where I specifically pointed out not to DI down and away. like that up B at the start of game 2. But in general, you were holding in at times you didn't need to be holding in, and that got you more damage, and it also gave Cala opportunities to put you off stage in edge guard. So just all things to keep in mind. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Anyone's watching this and wants to give comments, I haven't done a video VOD review before. I typically do them just written out on Discord. So if you have feedback on what would be helpful to talk about more or less, how I should be doing these, this is really just kind of a new experience for me. So please feel free to give me suggestions or feedback in the comments. And yeah, I hope that this was helpful or interesting, or both.